We welcome you to downtown Houston on a special night for us. Pregame, they have reopened just a few available now, so you want to call in a hurry. We're going to have those VIP bags and Hall of Fame bags to give out for $500 and $700 donations during the course of tonight's game. More information on those bags as we continue. Todd Callis with Jeff Love. Glad you could join us for a night of Astros baseball and also our Charity Night Plumber, a special broadcast this evening.
It is. There's going to be a lot of emphasis on helping out those in the community, the Astros Foundation, Sunshine Kids. Yeah, we'll even have some guests in the booth. You never know.
Yeah, we had $250,000 raised last year. We're hoping to almost double that total this year. We'll have Jim Crane, the owner, in the booth with us, top of the second. Craig. Happened for the Astros in over a quarter of a century. 4-hour and 40-minute game took 13 innings, and the reason they were able to make that comeback is the bullpen kept them around.
Yeah, this is outstanding. If you asked A.J. Hinch before the game, how do you plan on covering 27 outs? I'm not sure he anticipated doing it this way. The two biggest guys of the night for me were Cy Snead and Jose Urquidy, who did a great job covering multiple innings, going out there and keeping it close enough to allow the offense to eventually fight their way back, TK.
39 outs for the bullpen, and it ended with number 39 getting the final of those 39 outs, and Josh James would pick up the victory. Bullpen was outstanding last night, combining for those 13 innings with 15 strikeouts, and gave the Astros an opportunity for that historic comeback. We'll continue with our Charity Night broadcast. Phone lines are open. The final of the Cooperstown bags are going in a hurry, so make sure you get on the line now. We'll have more when we come back after this. Thank you for that. We look forward to the course of the night, getting ready for baseball on this Friday evening with Framber Valdez on the mound for the Houston Astros.
It's an important outing for Framber Valdez after what we saw last night with the bullpen being used excessively. A.J. Hinch probably
Your Seattle lineup. Astros starting defense is presented by Xfinity. Hero of last night's game, Michael Brantley, will be in left field. Josh Reddick gets his third start of the year in center field, and Kyle Tucker back in there in right. Abraham Toro and Alex Bregman on the left side of the Astros infield. Jose Altuve and Yuli Gurriel on the right side, and Martin Maldonado getting the start tonight. Ready for baseball. Glad he could join us on this Charity Night. We will continue to update you throughout the course of the night about what is still available. The Cooperstown bags have sold out. The first pitch is outside for ball one. We are underway. Astros doing something they hadn't done in over a quarter century last night. Coming from 7 down in the game. And it was a lot of early offense for Seattle. They put up 7 runs against the Astros in the first 12 batters of the game. Dylan Moore in there. the Altuve sliding bobblehead, and 2 replica world champion rings. We also have the Hall of Fame bag, which is the exact same package except for it's 4 tickets to a game next year. And you also get an autograph from an inaugural Astros Hall of Fame member. So that's the difference between the Hall of Fame bag and the VIP charity bag. Those 2 bags are available, but they are limited supply, so make sure you get in at that phone number or website that you saw on your screen a moment ago. Here's Malik Smith. Alex may have gone after one there. It's 2-1. And pitches per plate appearance, they see more pitches than any other team in all of baseball. So that's the challenge in front of Fromber. Stay in there as long as you can and see if you can fill up the zone tonight, because it's not a team that .39 steals. Fromber has walked 15 combined over his last 4 outings at the major league level. Ninth in the league in pitches per plate appearance. Very aggressive. Chased a lot of pitches. And this year they've gone from 29th to the best. Have Fromber go as deep as possible this evening. Now that throw almost gets away at first base. Nice scoop by Yuli. As hot as Nola's been lately, you would think he would have the green light here at 3-0. And Fromber misses outside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Valdez has missed with 8 of the last 9 pitches. Well, the Astros would tie it up on a 2-strike, 2-out single by Kyle Tucker in the bottom of the 12th and go ahead and win it in the bottom of the 13th. Well, that one. Seager ducking out of the way for a strike. And Sonia calling that high strike.
I feel like that's happened a couple of times to Seager here in the last week or so. This is a pretty nasty breaking ball. The MD Anderson strike zone, you can see it catches the top portion, but it's one thing to make a guy buckle, but Seager bailed. Catches from Supermo. He's in right now.
Now after being ahead of the count 0-2, the count has run full. So Brent Strom is starting to stir in that Astros dugout. Strom averages more mound visits when Fromber's out there than most of the other guys. There's the pacing.
Yeah, he might wear a different pair of shoes when Fromber pitches. Comfort, durability.
Walking shoes.
Yeah.
Game. Well, if history repeats itself, Strami had great visits with Fromber here in his last start at Minute Maid Park.
That could be his new name, Stromber.
Stromber. Hey, we just found out somebody got an orange ticket in one of their bags.
How about ya?
Yeah. Is it basically the same message with Fromber?
That's what I was wondering, if he's pacing, trying to figure out the script when he goes out there. Because you don't want to take what maybe AJ Hinch or somebody else in that dugout might be saying. You've got to be a little more positive. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you know, does he walk out there and go, remember me? I mean, they've got to have a pretty good relationship by now.
Yeah. 3 walks after an initial ground out, and now Tom Murphy, the DH, will bat. 18 pitches tonight, only 5 strikes for Fromber. With the bases loaded, nowhere for Malik Smith to go, so Fromber will work out of the windup here. And Strami, with a good visit, delivers a strike. On the ground, past the diving Alex Bregman into left center field. Now will score 2 Mariners, and just like last night, Seattle on the board early. Tom Murphy, a 2 RBI single.
Some names you don't normally hear having some big
Instead, it's 2-0 and only 1 out. Now 1st and 3rd for Daniel Vogelbach. Over the last 5 outings now, that's 18 walks over 16 2/3 innings.
Wow.
A lot of extra traffic. It's 2-0 to Vogelbach. Astros really don't have the luxury of a lot of extra arms. Cionel Perez is probably the lone long man in the bullpen. He's out there, was just a moment ago, doing agility drills early on and starting to stretch just in case he's called on early in this game. There's that good breaking ball that he's.
Astros looking for a double play on Vogelbach, have played him into the shift presented by Geico. Heavy on that pull side. 1st and 3rd situation.
Fourth walk of the inning issued by Framber Valdez, and fans here starting to grow a little restless with the lack of command from this young left-hander. 25-year-old has walked 4 and allowed a 2 RBI single so far tonight. And AJ already knows his bullpen got him 39 outs last night. He's just hoping for the best here. We have seen Framber look like it was going to be a disaster before, and somehow he regroups. We need that to happen again tonight.
Yeah, we need to limit damage.
Tim Lopes takes a fastball for. Well, last night, Wade Miley left the game after 31 pitches. Looks like Framber may throw at least that many in the 1st inning. He's 27 pitches in with 1 out. Tried to hold up, and he goes around. That's a strikeout for Framber Valdez. Nick Marley, the first base umpire, said he went around. That's a big out for Framber in the 2nd out of the inning.
Big strikeout in a bases loaded situation. Throwing that curveball down. Did he get the check swing? Sure did.
That check swing and the previous foul ball back off the bat of Lopes were just the 4th and 5th swings of the inning by the Mariners.
Wow.
Here's Shed Long. So they're basically daring Framber to get into the zone before they're taking a hack. And so far it's paid off with 4 walks. Long getting the start tonight, came into the game last night as a
About it though, just enjoying some of the gamesmanship as Martin kind of turns around, acts like he's fixing his shin guards. He's actually having a pretty good conversation trying to get that pitch called for his pitcher who's having issues.
Long swings at that 2-0 pitch. Getting a smooth 300 to the top of the lineup. Michael Brantley, last night's walk-off hero, batting second. Alex Bregman hits third. Yordan Alvarez cleans up. Yuli Gurriel at first base. Kyle Tucker in the sixth spot. Abraham Toro, Martin Maldonado, and Josh Reddick round out A.J. Hinch's lineup.
Got an opener for the Seattle Mariners. Is going to be Reggie McClain. He has 8 appearances this season. This will be the second opportunity to open a ball game. Actually made his major league debut against these Houston Astros. He went an inning, gave up 3 earned runs, a couple of home runs.
Altuve covers that outside pitch with a foul ball. Altuve last night as the leadoff hitter. Went 2 for 6. Reached on a walk his first time up. See the righty Reggie McClain as the opener, and then their bulk guy or primary pitcher will be the lefty Tommy Malone.
Speaking of that home run, some StatCast numbers for you. 102.6 off the bat. He knew it was gone immediately. 409 feet later.
Obviously, every time Yordan hits a home run, it sets his new rookie mark.
And the Astros rookie mark.
Yeah, currently tied with Carlos Correa. Down and in, 2-2. 4th annual charity game. And fans in the stadium here are happy with their purchases out there. Astros.com/charity game or call 832-3 Work with 2 strikes better than anybody in the game. His batting average with 2 strikes has been at the top of the league for almost all the second half. Down and in, ball 4. Brantley draws a walk after getting down in the count. Astros have 2 runners on with nobody out.
Houston Methodist is going to bring us our league leaders. Alex Bregman strutting to the dish. Most of the reason why is because
Bregman, the player of the month in August, off to a strong start in September. As he chops a foul. Alex and Yuli have been in a good race this year for the first Astro to 100 RBIs. Yuli has led the majority of the last couple of weeks for the team lead, but Alex has passed him recently. Alex with 98 RBIs and Yuli with 97.
execute against these Astros, you got to be able to get on the edges.
Ball hit fair down the line. Into score Altuve. Michael Brantley to third. Bregman into second RBI double. Astros down 2-1 on Bregman's 99th run bat. Yordan Alvarez will bat with second and third and nobody out in the first inning. There is a base open. The Mariners for now are going to go after the young rookie.
Delicately.
We've seen both pitching coaches, Brent Strom and Paul Davis, have a visit with their first inning pitchers here in the very first inning. An opener for Seattle, a regular starter for the Astros. That's a strike called on the inside corner. Jordan has reached in 11 straight games. Trying to snap an 0 for 6 right now. Hits the ball hard. Shed Long is there. This will score a run. Jordan Alvarez with the RBI ground out to tie the game at 2.
Well, you know what's great about that? With the positioning that they had on Jordan, and he probably recognized the situation also as a young hitter, that he just powers a ground ball to the infield to the right side. Ground ball to move the runner. How about that?
Yuli with a base hit down the first baseline. Astros take a 3-2 lead. Yuli with his 40th double of the year and RBI number 98.
Astros coming to life a little bit earlier than we saw last night. Yuli is incredibly unique. I would imagine with the way the defense was playing against him, he had the idea of trying to go up the middle or maybe hit that firm ground ball towards the second baseman. But instead, ball gets deep on him a little bit and he fires it down the right field line for a double.
After getting down early last night, a little bigger deficit. They were down 7. It took them until the 13th inning before the Astros had their first lead. Tonight, they get it right back in the first. Kyle Tucker grounds one to the right side. This will just be the second out as Long makes the play. Yuli over to third. This is our charity game, and once again, we are offering you 2 types of bags for fans to purchase. The VIP charity bag involves an autographed baseball from one of this year's Houston Astros and also 2 tickets to a game next year, 2 tickets to the Houston Open. The Hall of Fame bag is an autographed baseball from one of the Astros Hall of Fame members in this inaugural class of 2019, and 4 tickets to a game next year, plus the Houston Open tickets, plus the sliding bobblehead for Altuve and the World Series replica ring. Here's Abraham Toro. He bats with Yuli. Toro 8 for 37 this season at the big league level, has been better his last 8 games, a 927 OPS. And the biggest swing of the road. That's a strike on the outside corner. In a perfect world, Service would rather have Malone start the second inning. Just one less up down for the guy he wants to go deepest in this game.
Yeah, it's one less up down. It's also coming in with the bases empty. A little bit cleaner situation to start out for Tommy Malone, but with Josh Reddick looming on deck, left-handed hitter. Might have been an opportunity to get him in this game as that one sneaks foul. But yeah, I agree with you. He doesn't want to get to the point where he has to bring in Tommy Malone, because you also have to protect McClain's pitch count too. He's getting closer to 30.
Yeah, this is a time for a relief pitcher. We talk about it often, that 25 to 30 pitch area where fatigue starts to set in.
McClain did go 3 innings a couple of outings ago against the New York Yankees, throwing 4.
Yuli driving in his 98th. Jordan driving in his 64th. Jordan 64th at the major league level. 71 for AAA Round Rock. That's 135 combined.
Wow. Yeah, and you run out of words. You say them out loud. You just, wow.
Maldonado keeps battling here with 2 strikes.
And you say those things, 135 RBIs this day and age. That's an unbelievable number. But the way that you're
in this lineup. Maldonado chops one towards the middle. The shortstop Dylan Moore will take the play himself. Astros take the lead.
There's some good times. Greatness recognizing greatness out there. Bregman to Yuli. Big start for the Astros.
You guys have had another amazing year. We can talk about that in a little while, but what about this special night between the Astros and AT&T Sports and SW?
Well, our partners AT&T have been a big help, but this event has raised a lot of money last year, and it looks like we're already over this year for 5 great organizations.
Tumbles over onto the warning track. Tucker getting his 2nd consecutive start, was a hitting star last night, and tonight a defensive gem.
Heck of a play.
Great play. Getting an opportunity out there in right field with George Springer on that concussion protocol. We hear so much about the bat that you kind of forget that he's got to go out there and play some defense and throwing some leather around. Great play.
Last year didn't go as well as Tucker had hoped, but so far this start to 2019 is pretty good.
Well, I think, a lot of times these guys get up and press, as and, he gets a second chance and broke through last night, and hopefully the floodgates will go with him. He's a good player.
Yeah, he's definitely got the numbers in AAA to prove that. It kind of spoiled when we see prospects like Jordan come up and do what he's doing, but this is another guy that has that same capability.
1-1 the count to Dylan Moore. So, Jim, tonight is an opportunity for fans to get involved, but it kind of encompasses the spirit of what the Astros Foundation is all about. This is not just a one-night thing. We promote it a lot more on our
number of other areas, and we've had some good success. So we're very proud of that. And we feel it's our part to basically give back a little bit to the city. They're big supporters of ours. We want to support these great charities and give a little back to the city, and we're proud of that.
Big strikeout for Framber Valdez of Dylan Moore with that curveball. And it all kind of comes together because there's golf tickets inside these bags also. So the golf tournament helps the Astros Foundation. Talk about how all of that is coming together and how is it setting up for this October?
Yeah, that's a good story. You know, the tournament was lost. They lost their sponsor, and we were able to round up some of our great sponsors out here on left field wall, a lot of them, to donate the money to cover the cost. And, you know, anything that we make over that all goes to charity to cover the cost. And so, you know, we felt it was a big way to be able to amp up the foundation, save the golf tournament for the city, renovate the park.
To help out charities, and the Houston Open is going to be a tremendous tournament this year, and then when it comes a little closer into downtown, it had a chance to leave Houston. This is an important event to keep in the city of Houston.
Well, it was originally played down there at Memorial Park, and it's a great piece of property. And when the people see the golf course, I'm going to tell you right now, no offense to the other courses in town, but it's going to be one of the best courses in the city, and everybody's going to want to play it. And by the way, it's pretty inexpensive, $35, $40, so you can get out and afford it.
How about that, Jim? Framber has a long first inning. We could have talked for 20 minutes if you came on in the first, and you jump in there and it's less than 5 minutes. Thanks for joining us.
I don't like to talk too much, so you get the point
put the pitcher in the booth and you get good pitching, right?
You get the strikes and get out.
Thanks for joining us, Jim.
Good to see you. Thank you, guys.
All right,
you do a great job. Appreciate it.
We're back in Minute Maid Park. Opener is out. The bulk guy is in, and it is Tommy Malone. His record on the season is 3-8. Pitched in 93 2/3 innings. Has 80 strikeouts at ERA just under 5 at 4.90. His ERA against the Astros in his career is 4.76.
Josh Reddick fouls off the first pitch he faces from Malone. Reddick is just 1 for 9 in his career against the Seattle left-hander. Reggie McClain goes 1 inning, allows 3 runs on 3 hits and a couple of walks. As the Astros lead this game 3-2, want to thank Jim Crane for joining us in the top half of this inning. Might have been Framber's most efficient inning we've seen in a while.
Well, when you know the owner is watching, it's good to perform well.
Right. We thank Jim and the Astros Foundation for everything they do to help raise funds, with the focus of this charity night being on benefiting the childhood cancer efforts of the Astros Foundation, with net proceeds distributed amongst the 5 organizations. Just fouled down the third baseline. Reddick last night wore the pants of George Springer.
He's got to be wearing them again, huh?
They look a little baggy.
I'm not going to go down and check.
No, I don't think you need to.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll just say based on the look that it's probably.
I agree.
We might be able to tell based on Springer's reaction during the course of the night as Reddick goes down swinging. So Malone picks up a strikeout of the first batter he faces.
Got a scouting report for you. It's presented by your Greater Houston Honda dealers. Tommy Malone now in that ball game. You just saw Josh Reddick strike out on that pitch. The changeup throws that 40% of the time, and this is against the Astros, so that changeup has been the effective pitch for him, trying to make this game peaceful.
Sometimes your stuff goes over my head. I needed to look at where you were going with that.
Well, I didn't realize. I was trying to talk to the graphic, and it just kind of popped at me. I was like, wow, peace sign.
0-1 to Altuve's up and in. It's 1-1. All those changeups, and he doesn't throw it as much to lefties. He was able to strike out Reddick with that changeup. He throws more changeups to righties than he does his fastball.
And it was very similar to what Marco Gonzalez was doing good early on in that ball game yesterday, was mixing in that changeup, keeping hitters off balance. So two guys that are very similar. And that's what's interesting about the Seattle Mariners. It's Marco Gonzalez, Tommy Malone, Wade LeBlanc. I mean, these are three bulk starters, whatever these guys are, who are very similar. Not throwing very hard, relying on the off speed.
No, you're right. They all are of the same cloth. Even tomorrow, or even Yusei Kikuchi.
Yes, there's 4 in that rotation.
Tomorrow's guy, he'll throw 92.5 on average, so a little bit firmer, but all these left-handed starters or bulk guys that throw less than 90 miles an hour. That is outside for a ball, 3-2. Try to get Altuve to chase the change. They did a great spot, as they do so often in Seattle Mariners commercials, with all their soft tossing lefties, and they had an annual meeting every month, or not an annual meeting, a monthly meeting, where they all got together and they were discussing life, and then they would all leave the meeting and touch the framed picture of Jamie Moore. Smith, and he'll have a play on the warning track. Brantley didn't quite get into that one like he did last night, and that's the second out. But their marketing team, their promotions department, do a great job, despite not having the best products to work with over the last few years with that playoff drought.
No, they adapt pretty well to their roster and try and maximize the effort of giving these guys the attention or marketing them. But you're right, it has been some lean years. They've made some big trades. They've made some acquisitions. Hopefully some of that young talent they have coming up will make them competitive. But for the time,
now. He was like 12 to 15 behind those guys a few weeks ago. This is the change up here. It's 1-1.
Alex Bregman is one of those guys that uses the word can't as fuel. And he has the unique ability to go out there and create.
Backs him off the plate. It's 2-1. Malone probably knows the numbers of Alex Bregman in their head-to-head matchups, or at least close to that. He knows he's probably given up a few hits to Alex. He's 5 for 7 with a double and a home run. And he's got a 2-1 count here. Ball hooked towards third on one hop. Seager makes the play to second, and that'll do it for the Astros in the second. Still a 3-2 game. All these tickets have a random opportunity to win a special orange ticket. And that lady just won a Yuli Gurriel autographed jersey. And she'll be interviewed by Julia Morales when we come back.
Gotten the Cooperstown bag, and he didn't get one. So I said, something tells me, I said, I want that VIP bag. And so when I came back and got it, and I opened it, and the orange ticket was in it, I was like, Yuli, it couldn't be anything better.
You said La Pina.
La Pina.
This is La Pina. So this is what Lynn.
Es mi favorito mejor.
See, so this is what Lynn got with the orange ticket, and this is what you can still get with the orange ticket. And thank you so much for supporting such a great cause tonight. And I hope you enjoy the game, Lynn.
Thank you, Julia. I will. We
Right,
love being season ticket holders.
That's right. She can wear it to the home games. All right. We'll see you in that tomorrow then. All right. Back to you guys.
I'll be wearing it tomorrow.
That's awesome. Her favorite player. And she gets an orange ticket, and it's a Yuli autographed jersey. That is so cool.
That's how it should be. Congratulations to her.
We're up to $333,000.
That's impressive.
Fromber walks Austin Nola for the second time tonight. After 4 walks in the first inning, he gets. And she got a Yuli sign ball too.
Yuli signed my ball.
Best day ever.
I'm the happiest woman in the world.
Good for her. That is so cool.
So, Kara Looker.
Her husband contributed with a Cooperstown bag. She gets the VIP bag, and she got the lucky orange ticket.
Julia.
And she made a new friend.
Yeah. Here's Kyle Seager. Well, go figure. I mean, our buddy Phil Boudreau, who does stats for us, keeps times of all the half innings. So the first inning, Fromber struggled, walked 4, allowed a couple of runs, 16 minutes, 13 seconds.
Yep.
We get the team owner in here to talk about baseball, golf, and the charity game. 3 minutes, 48 seconds.
Not fair. Time of possession is way off.
And then Fromber goes out and walks the first guy this inning. Gotta love Fromber. He is like a box of chocolates. You never know inning to inning what you're going to get.
Ain't that the truth?
One misses down and away. It's 2-1. 51 pitches in for Fromber. Uh-oh, orange ticket time. And the crowd goes wild.
It's nice to have your own cheering section.
Yeah. So that's going on here at Minute Maid Park. One pitch is a called strike. Seager thought that was down. He checks with Dan Iasonia. That's 2-2. So you have your opportunity to purchase your bags online or by calling 832-3 first inning, only needed 11 to get through the last inning. Struck out 2 last inning, has 3 in the game. Might be able to hear the call of Dan Iasonia say ball outside on that close pitch. It's 3-2. I don't know how Seager took it, but he did on a curveball that just missed.
That's what I was curious about too. It looked like a pretty good pitch out of the hand of Fromber. He just didn't get the offer by Seager.
There he gets a swing and a miss. Fromber Valdez picks up strikeout number 4. His last 3 outs have come via the strikeout.
Time now to take a look at our Chevy Stroh poll.
Nine outs recorded by the Houston Astros bullpen last night. 7 guys combining for those 13 innings of work. Cy Snead and Jose Urquidy took the brunt of the work with 7 of those 13 innings. Those guys both Yeah, that's another thing. If you're at the ballpark on charity night, you go out there and have a chance to purchase one of those bags, possibly get an orange ticket, possibly hang out with Julia. 1-2 the count to Murphy.
Yeah, you got plenty of time tonight.
Fromber about to make his 60th pitch of the night. He's getting closer to the 50-50 plateau of balls to strikes, but still more balls than strikes. It was about 2/3 the other way in favor of the out of the zone department in the first inning. Ely with a nice little stop there on a throw down to first as Tom Murphy was called out on strikes. Second out of the inning, 5 strikeouts for Fromber.
That was a heck of a pick by Martin Maldonado.
They said he went around on that swing.
Because from back there, seeing where Maldonado ended up with that ball, kind of make you wonder if it was called.
So last 4 outs on strikeouts for Fromber, and here's Daniel Vogelbach. Vogelbach checks his swing on a fastball up. Astros leading Oakland by 9 games as the night started. Oakland playing 2 games tonight. They'll play the conclusion of their suspended game in Detroit, finishing out with the Tigers being the home team in Oakland. That game is over. Oakland won that game 7-3, and then they'll play their regularly scheduled game. So now the Astros lead is 8.5 as they play tonight. On the ground, Yuli backhands it. He'll get to the bag himself, and Framber Valdez, after an initial walk, gets through the 3rd inning. Julian Morales with a special guest on this charity night when we come back.
Astros Foundation, AT&T Sportsnet, raising money to support local nonprofits who are helping kids battle cancer. In the Woodlands, pediatric chaplain, which is an incredible job where you get to really get close to kids like Cameron. I know you knew him well. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you do and why a night like this is so important?
So my job as a pediatric chaplain is to help children and their families find hope in a mess. So, and with a childhood cancer patient that might start right at diagnosis, and I can walk through their entire journey with them, and it is a beautiful, beautiful job. It's difficult, but it's incredible. And helping them find that hope could mean reading books with them that help them process their feelings, and I did that a lot with Cameron. Have multiple siblings going to different schools, and they're trying to meet appointments at our downtown campus, our Woodlands campus, and they're traveling everywhere for long-term admissions, chemotherapy, lab draws, appointment after appointment, scan after scan, and they handle it with such grace and hope. And all of these organizations that work with the Astros bring them that hope. They allow families to be a family again and to feel normal. They come to a game, they enjoy a hot dog, and they enjoy just the normal experience of the Astros, and it makes them feel whole again, and it's beautiful.
Forget it for a second. What you're doing is incredible. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this night and all that we're doing here with AT&T Sportsnet and Astros Foundation. Thanks again, Jessica. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, Tiki, I'm going to toss it over to you.
All right, Julia, Jessica, thank you so much. The work she does is unbelievable, and you can feel the passion when she speaks about. Alvarez chopped one right in front of the plate. Malone, a 1-2-3 inning. Only needed 7 pitches to get through that 3rd inning. Astros lead 3-2 as we are through 3. Make sure to purchase those charity bags by calling 832-384-9086 or visit astros.com/charitygame. We look at Cameron Gooch on our way out. All Astros leading 3-2 on this charity night. Thank you so much for your contributions throughout the evening, and we encourage those who have not had an opportunity to make the phone call. Barehanded attempt by Toro, and out at first base. Abraham Toro retiring Tim Lopes on an excellent defensive play.
Fromber's getting some help from his friends. Especially that guy right there. Toro, this is the second great play he's made behind Fromber Valdez. Love the fact that he stutter stepped a little bit to get the footwork right so he could field that on the bare hand and throw it quick enough and hard enough to get that out at first base.
They're going to look at this. Joe West, the crew chief, and Nick Marley, who made the call at first base, will get on headsets.
Out is the call on the field. Is there going to be enough to overturn it? Lopes hustling down there. Oof.
Ball has to be in the back of the glove.
Really did a good job of trying to go get that.
I'll bring up Shed Long. Long was retired on that pop-up his first time up. There goes the runner on one pitch. Maldonado with a throw that bounces and gets away. Long's going to get up, Lopes is going to get up and go to third. So right after getting that call overturned, Tim Lopes was off and running on the first pitch, and he gets into third base on a steal and an error.
They are going first move on Fromber Valdez. That's what allowed Lopes to get that great jump. Bregman loses his glove in the slide of Lopes, and that ball kicks off.
It's 2-1.
Pretty impressive. Ball bouncing well out in front of home plate. See Maldonado literally just trying to chest it up.
Infield drawn in with nobody out. And a ground ball, 2 out, Tuve with the infield in. Lopes can't try to score. And that's 1 out.
Yeah, if you're that runner at third base and there's nobody out, you're going to hold your ground and see that ball through the infield. But now with 1 out, you may have the opportunity to force the issue a little bit. Make the defense make a play if there is a ground ball.
Braden Bishop will bat.
That you're on the Snead.
Yeah, I like that.
Side Snead trying to set a record as many times as he's been sent up and down.
Yeah.
Get to know some of those airports real well.
He had 3 round trips in the span of like 2 weeks. It's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
Pitch taken outside. It's 3-0. Fromber walked 4 in the first inning, allowed a couple of runs. Then a 1-2-3 second, only need 11 pitches. Walked one more in the third, and now facing the number 9 hitter Braden Bishop. He's 3-0. There's a strike. .74 pitches in, exactly 50-50 on the balls and strikes. And he's back to a full count after being 3-0. Now the count's full. Who pitched last night warming up as Frommer walks his 6th batter of the game. Loses the number 9 hitter Braden Bishop. Fell behind him 3-0, then got a full count, and
back in the zone, because when he's in the zone, he's got great movement on that fastball. You saw it in that last at bat. Bishop having an issue trying to get to that fastball that was inside the strike zone. But it's just a matter of staying in the zone.
don't forget you still have an opportunity to make to a game next year, and an autographed baseball from one of the Hall of Fame members from the inaugural class of the Houston Astros. Call 832-384-9086 or go to astros.com/charity game. First and third, one out. Here's Dylan Moore. Moore takes a pitch outside for a ball. Ostrami has had some great visits in his last few times with Framber Valdez starting. He could use a ground ball at somebody here from one of the Mariners' hottest hitters, Dylan Moore, who was 8 for 18 in a 5-game hitting streak coming in. It's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Lopes on third base. He reached on an infield hit. Bishop on first. He walked. 1 out in the inning. Moore batting for the 3rd time. He is grounded out and struck out, and Fromber ahead of the count 1-2.
Good job getting back in the zone with the fastball, relying on some of that movement. Fastball will range between 92, 94 miles an hour.
Fromber up to 80 pitches in the 4th inning. So, at this point, AJ would take 5, but we'll see how it goes. Right now, 80 pitches is a lot with 1 out in the 4th.
Fromber's just an interesting case to me because internally he's got to understand and he's got to know that his stuff plays here. It's just the emphasis of trying to find the routine or the release point, the delivery, something within that talent that he has to be able to create more strikes.
Yeah, and the ability for him to wiggle off the hook so often is because his stuff's so good.
And the ground ball rate for him is so great, too.
There is the ground ball, but it's over the head of Valdez. They make the play to second, safe there. Alex chose to try and get the lead runner, Braden Bishop, and it didn't work out for him, as everybody's safe on the RBI fielder's choice by Dylan Moore. 3-3 game.
Alex maybe trying to do a little bit too much right here, getting that runner at second base instead of taking that sure out at first base. Sometimes when you're playing behind a guy who's struggling and getting outs, you have a tendency to try and do too much.
I think he's out.
I agree with you, and he may have gotten that runner at second base, which would be highly beneficial.
Still, it was kind of a tough risk reward for Alex. It may work out in the review, but I don't know if it was worth the risk of having first and second with a struggling pitcher and one out.
Yeah. Because when you get in these situations, you're just trying to get these sure out. And luckily with replay review, you hope.
Smith has walked, scored a run, and also struck out. Yeah, the ground ball rate Plummer was talking about with Framber Valdez, 65.1% ground ball rate in his career. His rate this year is fourth of all pitchers with 40 innings or more, 62.5.
It's a pretty amazing number. Remember, we would rave about Dallas Keuchel when he was in Houston Astro, and he'd be in that mid to upper 50s consistently.
The only out.
No good.
The only out recorded by an outfielder tonight is that great play by Kyle Tucker in right.
Framber's got a little bit more in the velocity department than Dallas Keuchel.
Orange ticket winner. He's letting it soak in right now. There goes the runner. Pitch is taken and the throw is late, and that one gets away.
Good deke by Alex.
Dylan Moore picks up his 11th steal, his second of this series. And Yale. And you're right, good job by Bregman to keep Dylan Moore from not advancing to third as that ball got into center field.
Yeah, the machete hasn't come up with some good throws in this inning, and Alex, with the ball getting past him, just kept the glove on the base runner, deking him.
Back to Astros Foundation Charity Night. The phone lines are open. Still have VIP Hall of Fame bags available. Get this. We have raised more than $300,000 so far, 493 bags sold, but there are still many bags left, so make sure you get online, call the phone line that we just gave, get yourself a bag, all for a great cause. All right, Caroline Harris joining me now. Her husband, the right-hander, Will Harris, for the Houston Astros. You guys have been a part of this family for many, many years now, but also recently we saw you guys get so close to Cameron Gooch, someone that we've shown the story of. We miss Cameron Gooch. I know you got your Team Cam shirt on, so still representing. Yes. But when he met Cameron, you said that he came home and told you about it. What did he say?
He did. Actually, a couple weeks before he met Cameron, he ran into Craig Biggio downstairs, and Craig had his Sunshine Kids bracelet on. And Will had a couple bad games. And it really reaffirmed to me that God's trying to tell me that there's more to life than balls and strikes. And our story goes from there. And then we spent the next 2 years with Cameron, and I was lucky enough to meet his parents and his little sister, and they really are just the most amazing family. And I hope our families can.
People jump in tonight, give us a call and buy these back?
Look, so I think as adults we naturally say when we hear someone's goes into something like my kid has cancer, you say, oh my God, I'm so sorry, please let me know if there's anything I could do. And then we go home and we go about our daily lives and we don't do anything, and then those parents are too tired to ask for help. So I think the best way we can do is maybe call and say, hey, I want to donate $100 or $5 or anything. Donate it in that person's name. You donate it to the Cameron Gooch family, or so I think that's the best way to actually do something. You can call that family and say, hey, I just donated money and I hope this helps in the cause.
We appreciate you spending time with us today. I know you're at all the games, but enjoyed this one.
Yeah, we come to some games, yeah.
Enjoy it with your kiddos. Thank you so much, Caroline.
Thank you so much.
All right, TK, back to you.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Julia. That is a great sentiment to have. If you're just sitting at home and you want to just donate, even if you don't want to try and get an orange ticket, you can still call those numbers or visit astros.com/charity game.
It all helps and become a part of a great group and know that you're really trying to help out some great causes that we've got going on tonight.
Will wore Clutch Cam on Players Weekend as his nickname to remind the Gooch family that Cameron is always in his thoughts when he's on the mound. And there is Will with that Team Cam shirt that he had on warming up today before the game. Also had it on when he did the press conference after the 4-pitcher combined no-hitter. Cameron Gooch made quite an impact on a lot of people here at Minute Maid Park, and especially Will Harris and his wife, and we thank them for passing that message along and keeping Cam's so far. Of the 9 batters he has faced, he walked out Tuve, the second batter of the second inning. Struck out Reddick his first time. Counts 3-2. Reddick drives one deep to right field, and Reddick on back-to-back nights hits a home run. This one an upper deck home run, and the Astros
Drive in the Springer pants. How about going down to get that pitch too? That's not easy to do. Get on the legs and drive that into the upper tank. Pointing to his new favorite player, George Springer, in there. Thanks for the pants.
George will be activated at some point in this homestand. Actually, he's active now, but he will play at some point in this homestand. Might be more than one pair of George Springer pants in the outfield at the same time.
I'm thoroughly shocked there's not a team set.
Reddick during the game last night, and Reddick wore the game pants of George Springer and reached base all 4 times, including a home run. Now Reddick and Springer are discussing things on the bench together as Altuve takes one for a ball. There is George wearing the Josh Reddick warm-up top again.
Fair trade, right?
He's like, I got 22 on. This is working for us. Swing and a miss. Malone allows the one hit. But it was a big one. Josh Reddick gives the Astros the lead once again.
You're right, TK. It was the big one. Sometimes you got to create the mojo, and Springer helping out in a big way. EB. We've got a special guest in our booth right now. It is that guy that was
she can
setting
hit
these kids up for some good swings.
Yeah.
Sunshine Kids fighting children's cancer since 1982. And in our booth right now, we've got that man right there. Craig Biggio, you've been a part of the Sunshine Kids for a very long time.
Yeah, it's been it's 30-something years, I think, and I mean, I'm showing my age now, but it's been an incredible relationship. I mean, Larry Anderson, when he was here, when I was a young kid, I got here, and then you know, when I was younger, I had a paper route, and there was a young kid on my paper route that came down with leukemia and cancer, and then I made a promise to their family that I said that if I was ever in a situation that I could give back, I would, right? And then Larry was involved with the Sunshine Kids, then he got traded for Baggy, and then I was like, this is a perfect relationship to get involved with them. And then, again, this has been going on 30-something years, and some amazing people that work there, some amazing young people. The kids are amazing, and again, I've just been blessed to have my involvement with them.
Yeah, that party that you and your wife Patty hold every year at Minute Maid Park, what a great time just to see utter joy in their faces.
It is, and you know, then there's a lot of people I got to be thankful for, Jim, and then you know, the catering.
Did you see that coming?
Well, I didn't know that it was going to blow up to kind of what it has been, and I got so many people. There's so many people that have supported the Sunshine Kids, and the Astro organization has been incredible. And then, but no, I just got involved because I made a promise to a family, and the Sunshine Kids deal with cancer kids, and it was like, okay, let's just start doing some things. We did a golf tournament, then we did the baseball game, and then the Christmas party is like, the Christmas party around the holidays is amazing. We have 500 families that come into the museum downtown, the Children's Museum downtown, and that's another function that is incredible. And again, no, so I didn't know where it was going to go, but you know, we've been able to do a lot of great things for them, and I'm elated to be involved with them.
And you create such awareness too, and I think it's so unique that your retired number that we showed you before has the Sunshine Kids Foundation logo on there. People that aren't familiar with your relationship with this program say, well, why do you have that next to your number? And then they find out more about Sunshine Kid.
Yeah, they're like, why do you got a sun next to your name up there? And, the Sunshine Kid pin has been around forever. And, when Reed said that's what he wanted to do, I was honored. I said, that's great, Reed. I appreciate it, love it. The kids love it. Again, I used to wear the pin on my hat and spring training and everything, and it would get on the bubblegum cards. And the reason why I wore it is because the kids, all of your pictures for your bubblegum cards are taken in spring training. And then, the kids would see it, and they'd love it. They'd go, oh, that's our pin. And it was just great. So
that was the cleanest thing on your hat.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
My goodness.
Well,
yeah, I'm glad you were able to change those out because that hat got pretty nasty towards the end of the season. No, but it is cool. Even to this day, talking about that logo that you have up there with the Sunshine Kids, I'll get tweets every once in a while when we talk about the numbers up there.
Right.
They're like, "What's that for?" So it's a unique opportunity to constantly have it in there and have it be a part of the conversation.
And the Astro Foundation has been great and incredible.
And AT&T Sportsnet Southwest team up. We just saw you in Toronto. Cavan's killing it.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's got an off day today. I don't know what happened. They were losing 4-0 or 5. I guess it's over 5-0. Yep. So he had an off day today. But yeah, he's figuring it out. He's grinding, and he's learning, and he loves it up there. They got a great little nucleus of guys and players similar to the same thing that we had going on here. And they're in a tough division. But we're excited for him, and it's kind of cool now to walk around. I don't know how many text messages I get from people telling me it's really weird to watch Biggio playing against the Astros, but he loves it up there, and it's a great.
At each other like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Yeah, it's a harsh truth, but it's so fun to see the kids produce and get up there and have a great time and achieve those goals.
Absolutely.
Biz, thanks as always.
I appreciate it, boys. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for your work with the Sunshine Kids Foundation, too. We're close to $450,000 raised, almost 100 bags left.
Amazing. Thank you, boys.
Thanks, Bish. The bottom of the fifth inning is presented by Wells Fargo. Astros leading 4-3. And we're going to head to Julia Morales.
Hey, TK. We are going to give you an update from out here on the concourse where the bags are just flying. So there's only about 100 bags left. So if you want one, or if you're thinking about it, you've got to call that number or get online because they are going fast. They make great gifts, Christmas presents. There's enough stuff in those bags, too, where you can share it if you've got multiple kids or a lot of guys walking away with bats here recently. Carlos Correa, George Springer bats. It's really, really cool stuff that you can take home.
Well, $250,000 raised last year for childhood cancer initiatives, and there's an Altuve bat, orange ticket winner.
That's winning right there. Jose Altuve.
Congratulations to that young fan. So we are about 200,000 ahead of where we were all of last year. We may very well double this total from 2018 to 2019. And again, it will benefit 5 different organizations around the area. Big Love Cancer Care, Candlelighters Childhood Cancer Family Alliance, the Sunshine Kids, we just heard from Craig Biggio, Perry Winkle Foundation, and Houston Open, an Altuve sliding bobblehead, and 2 replica World Championship rings from 2017. If you go up $250 to the Hall of Fame bag, it's an autographed ball from a Hall of Fame member, plus 4 tickets to a 2020 game, and all the other items that were in the VIP bag. Here's Alex Bregman taking a strike. Bregman drives one to left field for a base hit in front of the left fielder Tim Lopes. That'll be a 1-out base runner. Only the second hit allowed by Tommy Milone, and now his 4th inning of work.
He's been pretty impressive against the Astros all season long. Josh Reddick getting to him for that home run to put him ahead. Alex getting that base hit for himself. You'd like to see him string together a big inning, knock him out of here. Coming into this game, he's held the Astros to a 185 batting average in the 3 games he's pitched against them.
The only guy who has been able to solve Milone consistently has been Alex Bregman. He's now 6 for 9 against Milone. So for that batting average that Blummer mentioned to be in play, not many others have had base hits other than Bregman. Jordan tapped one right in front of the plate his last time up. He had an RBI ground out his first time up. And he's down to the count here to Milone 0-2. Jordan 0 for 2 tonight. He was 0 for 4 last night, 0 for 5 last night. Reached on an error, also drew a walk.
StatCast AI powered by AWS is going to show you the spray chart of Jordan Alvarez. He is a bit of a pull monster, especially on the ground. But he's been able to power the baseball through some of these shifts and over the shifts to the tune of a 308 batting average.
Hits him. Jordan Alvarez hit by that pitch. A 1-2 fastball that Milone got too close to the big DH for the Astros, and Houston will have first and second with 1 out.
Well, base runners are good, and now they
time up will bat for the 3rd time. Ely has doubled in a run and also flied out to right. Malone's before last night, it had been since late June since Reddick had hit a home run. Got 180 at bats in between home
late in this ball game, you're going to see a pitch by pitch. That first pitch was actually called a strike, so he's down 0-2. Lays off the pitch down out of the zone, and then gets down on those legs, gets under that pitch, elevates a line drive to right, and that's more than enough time to allow Miles Straw to come in and score that run for the Astros, picking him up late in that ball game in the 12th. So some quality ABs yesterday from Kyle Tucker, and Astro fans want to see another one from him right now.
He hit a home run earlier in the game, and then he ties the game with a single in the 12th. Don Kelly checking on Yuli Gurriel at first base, and out comes A.J. Hinch and the assistant athletic trainer Lee Meyer after Yuli legged out that fielder's choice.
Well, he was moving pretty good out of the box. Driving through, maybe lunging at the bag. Created a little bit of a tweak, but he's going to be out of this ball game.
So Yuli will be lifted from this game. He'll be taken out for a pinch runner at first base. I would think Aledmus Diaz might be the guy who will take over as a pinch runner and then take over at first base. Disappointing to see Yuli leave this game. He has been hotter than anybody else in baseball over a 60-game period. Higher batting average, more RBIs, higher OPS than anybody else. There is Aledmus Diaz coming in to pinch run. Oh, Diaz will pinch run. Do some jogging here as Kyle Tucker will bat with 2 outs. But with Tucker's success last night, the single that you just documented on the pitch-by-pitch sequence and the home run earlier in last night's game, AJ moved him up to the 6th spot in the lineup. And in his limited time here at the big leagues, he had only hit as high as 6th one other time. That was the game in Toronto after the Astros had clinched the American League West, and they kind of had a different looking lineup in there, if you will, a B lineup, and Tucker hit 6th in that game. But tonight moving up to the 6th spot. So far tonight he has grounded out and struck out. Chance for a 2-out RBI here. Pitch swing, grounds a foul.
Well, we're finding out quickly that Kyle Tucker is an aggressive hitter.
Malone's had a rather lengthy inning out there on the mound. He is 20th pitch of this inning. Shortstop at LSU, and then played all the infield positions in the minor leagues until he got to AAA and was trying to figure out a way to get a call up to the big leagues, and his coach at the time suggested catching. Paul Phillips at the AAA level in a fall league initially, and then brought that along to his next minor league season. Didn't start catching till 2016. He said his first Arizona Fall League game, he wanted to tap out. Got a catcher's interference with the first batter.
Oh, wow.
Pitches were going all over the place past him. Now getting picked off first base is Aledmys Diaz, and now trying to come in to score. Safe at home plate. Alex Bregman scores. Diaz got picked off, and it works out. Astros now lead 5-3.
Well, the Astros stole one. A good throw to home probably gets Alex by a long way, but putting pressure on the defense leads to a run. Aledmys getting a little frisky out there. Vogelbach giving the ball to the shortstop Moore, who short hops Nola at home plate, and he's unable to make the pick. Good job by Alex. He finally committed, and it's a good thing he did.
That will be ruled a double steal for the Astros.
I like it.
Bregman steals home plate. 2-2 the count to Tucker. Now it's 3-2. So Diaz with a little over-aggressive move on the base pass works out for the Astros.
Maybe he learned that from Zach Greinke.
I agree with you, though. Watching Diaz, I don't think I've seen a pitch runner stretch more in one pitch running appearance than Aledmys Diaz. He's going to make double, triple, quadruple sure that hamstring feels good.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Especially now that he's found himself in scoring position. He wants to make sure that he's able to score on a base hit. But yeah, he is going to make real sure those hamstrings are feeling good.
I mean, every single pitch he's been on base, he is doing his share of stretching. Called third strike. Tucker thought it was a bit out, but it's a called third strike to end the innings. 5-3 Astros as we head to the sixth. Callis Jeff Lum, another special game.
That July 31st.
Joe Biagini delivers to Daniel Vogelbach, and on one pitch in the sixth inning, it's now a one-run game as Vogelbach hits one into the Crawford boxes to make it 5-4. But once the Astros acquired Zach Greinke, all of a sudden,
all the matching sales went through the roof, and then Labor Day is a huge weekend, so when Verlander threw a no-hitter, that drove him in even more.
I can only imagine. Now, when you bring up these ideas in front of your company or whoever your board members are, do they look at you sideways and go, "What are you doing?"
My wife does. She's a lot tighter than me. But it's a great promotion. The fans love it, and the Astros are red hot, and the Astros are just great for the entire city.
Vogelbach with his 30th home run of the year. This is now a one-run game once again. We saw an incredible comeback last night, and Astros down 7-0. Kind of a team that you never count out.
You can't count the Astros, not with many bats as they have. What's the most surprising thing about the Astros to y'all this year?
That they haven't won more games. No, I'm just kidding. They've been doing pretty good. No, you know what? Nothing. You can't say that nothing is surprising, but it's not shocking to me when they play as well as they do, and we continue to bring up historical feats that they keep becoming a part of. That's probably the most amazing thing to me, is that they are literally writing their names in the history books of
And most impressed me about the Astros is how good of people they are, and they're great citizens and role models. And then the Astros Foundation doing all the tremendous things they do. Every year I do the Northside Little League thing that the Astros sponsor the field, and it makes a huge difference. And last year he suggested we give away turkeys, so we did. He came out there, and the whole time he's carrying turkeys to the car for the people.
Really?
He's a great guy. And so gracious, and will take pictures and autographs with people all day long. And he loves baseball. It's just incredible.
Well, how great is it, too, that you're able, obviously you are ingrained in this community, but how great is it to know that guys like Altuve, Alex Bregman, and some of these younger guys are committing to stay in Houston and stay Astros for as long as they are.
It just speaks to how great the organization is and how much they love the city, and the fans are everywhere. And, you know, I've been retailing now for 38 years. Never before, other than the last 2 or 3 years, so many Astro jerseys they outnumber the other teams by 10 to 1.
People
are proud to be Astros fans. They really are. It has been remarkable.
A.J. Hinch with a little meeting here with Joe Biagini. Joe Smith warming up, and Joe Smith's going to come into this game and face Shed Long here with a runner on first base and nobody out in the inning. Mattress Mac, thank you, buddy.
Should I warm up?
You might need to. You never know.
That'd be great. We'll see what you got left.
13 innings out of the bullpen yesterday.
I had to throw the first pitch. I bounced it this year.
Oh, that's all right. You're probably
new pitcher, one Joe to the other. Joe Smith takes over for Joe Biagini.
Saw Joe yesterday, went 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit, also had a strikeout, throwing 13 pitches. It's going to be some extra work tonight again for this Astros bullpen.
Leadoff home run by Daniel Vogelbach in this inning. 30th home run of Vogelbach's season. Tim Lopes drawing a walk, and now Smith brought on to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Nobody out in the 6th inning in a 1-run game. Mariners have more runs scored than hits tonight. They have scored 4 on just 3 hits. Framber Valdez walked 6 and struck out 6 while he was in there. Most walks allowed by any Astros pitcher this year. Long has popped up on a nice play by Abraham Toro to strand the bases loaded. He's also grounded out.
Yeah, so many unique features of Minute Maid Park. This is one of them too. But with him kind of shading over to that area, it allows him to get over there in enough time to navigate getting around that corner and putting himself in position to make that play. Looks routine, but that was a very fine play by Michael Brantley.
We have less than 100 of the VIP and Hall of Fame bags remaining. That is the Arctic cooler that you get. A 6-can cooler that becomes part of the packages. So it's a $500 or a $750 package. You get an autographed baseball. The $500 VIP bag is with a current Astros player. The $750 Hall of Fame bag is with one of the 2019 inaugural Hall of Fame members of the Astros Hall of Fame class. And then there's 2 tickets to a future Astros game next year with the VIP bag, 4 for the Hall of Fame bag. As Jake Fraley will pinch hit here for Braden Bishop. That's why Brent Strom went out to talk to Joe Smith as Fraley comes off the bench as a pinch hitter. Saw Fraley start last night's game. And Joe starts him off with a frisbee slider for a strike. Fraley singled in a run last night, his first RBI of his major league career, ended the evening 1 for 6. Fraley is another of the LSU Tiger connections in this series between the Astros and the Mariners. Astros wouldn't mind a ground ball to the other LSU guy on the infield, Alex Bregman here. Bregman standing near the second base bag.
Yeah, the movement that Joe Smith creates with that delivery, kind of that arm side two-seam run away from the left-handed hitter, can get that rollover sometimes. Catching the top part of the zone to get ahead 0-2.
Just missed 1-2.
Gutsy take. Trying to hit that second spot up and in just a little bit more pulled. Still catching part of the zone.
Yankees lost tonight. Boston winning 6-1 at Fenway.
Doing a good job of getting in there. Not getting the chase and not getting the call. Good command on the fastball in, and then the backdoor slider to get the swing and miss from Joe Smith. Nicely done. You can see Fraley trying to stay with it. But by the time he recognized it was going to be a strike, it was past him.
Nice.
People are fired up.
Yeah.
Orange tickets are worth it.
It's good stuff out there. We are running out of VIP and Hall of Fame bags by the minute. Little pop-up foul. Will Diaz have room? Yes, he does. Aledmys Diaz makes the play in front of his own dugout. That will end the top half of the 6th inning. Alex Bregman jersey to that latest orange ticket winner. Signed autographed jersey. You can call 832-384-9086 for your chance.
Still selling bags, but we don't have many bags left here on Astros Foundation Charity Night. Less than 50 now, so they are going very fast. There's only 6 behind me at this table, but you can still call in. Jump online as well, astros.com/charity.
That table, Julia, has kept the enthusiasm strong for the entire night.
It has been so much fun. We've had a blast watching their faces and them light up when they get that orange ticket. Someone just got, I guess you guys saw it. The Alex Bregman jersey was a hit.
Oh, speaking of a hit.
Good call.
Abraham Toro hit by that pitch. Second hit batter for Tommy Malone. And Toro will be a leadoff base runner.
Just a fastball yanked to the inside. Nola wears it also after it ricochets off the
out. Toro 1 for 2 in steals so far this year. He's 4 for 6 at the minor league level this year. Tommy Malone in his 5th inning of work has now hit 2 batters. He's walked 1. And he's allowed 2 hits, a home run by Josh Reddick and a single by Alex Bregman. Reddick's on deck, and the Mariners do have a right-hander warming up the bullpen. Crazy enough, Josh, who used to struggle against lefties before coming to Houston, has hit lefties better than righties the last 2 years. And he's really hit well in those George Springer pants.
He must feel good.
Maldonado around the bunt, trying to catch the Mariners off guard. Martin making his 15th start of the year as you check out Hector Rondon warming up in the Astros bullpen. So far, Houston 10-4 when Maldonado starts. Once one fouls, 1-1.
Seems like the intent is to get that runner to second base for Josh Reddick, who's been swinging the bat very well.
Well to center field, going back on it is Fraley, still going back, and it's off the wall. Heading to third, Toro, he'll be held up. Martin Maldonado into second base with a double. Astros have second and third with nobody out.
And to think he was going to bunt. Nice swing by Martin. Got himself a mistake. That's that changeup, but it stayed out over the plate. And Martin jumped on the opportunity to crush that baseball just a couple of feet from getting it out of center field. Toro had a pretty good jump on it also, but a good play off the wall by Fraley. I think Maldonado's knocked Malone out of here.
He is. Josh Reddick will not face a left-hander. Instead, they're going to turn Josh Reddick to face a right-hander. Again, his numbers this year have been better lefty on lefty. He'll face Dan Altavilla when we come back.
Brought to you by TXU Energy, and it is Josh Reddick. The pants help, but the swing is pretty good right now, too. Last night, starting things off with him, getting those things up for the big boys at the top part of the order. Nice asset for A.J. Hinch to have a guy swinging the bat well, but not afraid to hit in that 9 spot.
Now Josh has a chance to add to his RBI total. Second and third with nobody out, facing a new pitcher, Dan Alt. Altavilla struck out the side last night, getting Yordan Alvarez, Yuli Gurriel, and Aledmys Diaz in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Astros looking to add on to this 5-4 lead. Reddick gave them a 4-3 lead with a home run his last time up. Josh takes one down for a ball. It's 1-1. Tommy Malone, as the primary pitcher, goes 4 innings plus 2 batters into the 6th inning. A hit batter and a double in this inning. And now Reddick, who's been on base 5 of 6 times in this series. I mentioned that Reddick has been better this year hitting against left-handed pitching, which hasn't always been the case in his career. This year he's a .330 hitter against lefties coming in with an .842 OPS. But against righties hitting .253 with a .669 OPS. Takes that one down. 2-2. Mariners scored first, couple of runs in that top of the 1st inning. Reddick grounds one towards Springer, and George is like, really? What are you doing, buddy? It's like, hey.
Yeah, I'm trying to help out, and you're trying to knock me out.
George is no longer on the bench. He's like, I've had enough. Reddick goes down swinging. Altavilla has struck out all 4 batters he has faced in this series as he gets Reddick for the first out.
So he had to ramp it up to 98 miles an hour to get Josh Reddick on the inside corner. Some high leverage situations that Altavilla is in right now.
Infield in on Altuve with 1 out. Altuve with an infield hit. A walk. He is also struck out. Nobody in this lineup has more hits against Altavilla than Jose Altuve. He's 3 for 10 with a couple of doubles. Julia will have an interview next half inning to kind of tie it all together and show you why we have been working so hard on this 4th annual charity night to raise funds to benefit the childhood cancer efforts of the Astros Foundation. As Brantley takes one inside for a ball, it's 1-1. Brantley has walked and flied out a couple of times. Astros had second and third, nobody out. After a strikeout and a fielder's choice, it's now first and third and 2 outs. Brantley rips one to center field. That's a big base hit. Astros add to the lead. It's now 6-4. RBI 2-out single for Michael Brantley.
Those are some quick hands from Uncle Mike. Another big situation, but it almost seems the harder the guy throws, the more quiet Mike.
Second and third, nobody out. If you don't add to the lead, the Astros had 2 outs after second and third, nobody out, and runners on the corner. That's a big 2-out pickup by Michael.
I completely agree, and that's what I love about this ball club is these guys recognize moments, not just in the bigger latter part of the game. They recognize innings. They recognize having those runners like you're talking about, Todd, at second and third, nobody out. But they have guys that can back up each other and pick each other up.
I love that we're occasionally seeing a smile on his face on the field.
He's finally starting to enjoy it, huh? You never can have too much information, and Maldonado passing it on to Alex before this at bat.
Reggie having another nice night tonight. He has 2 hits, 2 runs scored. He has driven in a run, and he's actually stolen home. Ledmus Diaz got caught off first base, and Bregman came in to score on a ball that bounced past the catcher Austin Nola. Alex credited with a stolen base of home for his 5th steal of the year. Bregman continues to add to his career high in runs scored. He now has 108 on the year. He is 10 for 21 during this 5-game hitting streak. Down on the count here to Altavilla, 0-2. Astros have scored a single run in each of the last 3 innings. .90. Not many are better than 1,000 in the American League. Mike Trout 1,086 coming into tonight, and Nelson Cruz 1,016. Bregman trying to join that duo. Takes one away. It's 1-2. Speaking of Nelson Cruz, the Twins lead Cleveland 2-1 in just a piece. Bregman's going to say it hit the ground, and the home plate umpire, Dan Iasonia, saying that that ball did hit the ground. So we're going to have another pitch coming to Bregman. Scott Service wants to get clarification.
Well, he's going to get some evidence on the baseball, because you can see right here on a replay the foul tip and definitely short hopping into the glove of Nola.
Slider. Ninth pitch of this at bat about to be made by Altavilla. Omar Lopez up, one of the minor league managers from Corpus Christi, joining the staff here for the September push. They'll rotate through some minor league managers. Nice opportunity for those guys who grind all year at the minor league level.
Oh man, all the way around. See how it's done up here in the show. You know, that's a part of, we hear AJ use the word culture all the time, and that culture's got to be nurtured in the minor leagues. And that's why you bring those guys up here. They get to see it pay off. Some of those young players that Lopez had influence over are now contributing, hopefully in the big leagues, if not sooner. He's had some good talent go through Corpus.
21 years with Houston, Omar Lopez. Bregman fouls one above our head. Bregman continues to foul off pitches. We're about to see the 11th pitch of this at bat.
Yeah, he's battling like crazy. Understand.
Of 24 strikes tonight. Now 20 of 25. This will be the 13th pitch between Altavilla and Alex Bregman about to be made. By the way, Round Rock's trailing their game in the 6th, 2-1. Best of 3. They're playing the deciding game tonight. Almost hits Alex, and the ball gets away, and Altuve's going to score. That'll be a wild pitch as the Astros make it a 7-4 lead as Altuve crosses the plate.
Yeah, that was an interesting situation for Astro fans here at Minute Maid Park to be in. They were upset that they were getting close to the shoulder and head area of Alex Bregman as he barely gets out of the way of this pitch, but in doing so, it skips away from Nola and far enough away to allow Jose Altuve to score.
They're going to change that to a pass ball. That's not a wild pitch. It'll be a pass ball on Austin Nola. So a 7-4 lead. And Bregman draws a walk. 14 pitches. What a plate appearance. Some of the fans are standing for Alex as he trots down to first.
That was a big league at bat. Alex Bregman's going to get some of those thoughts as far as MVP is concerned, but what an at bat. 14 pitches in that MD Anderson strike zone, and he is eventually on first base.
All those pitches, Blummer mentioned it, adding up on Altavilla, who pitched last night, so he will leave the game with 27 pitches made. We'll have our second pitching change of the inning. Astros now lead 7-4.
working the entire area at home plate.
Astros scoring 2 in this inning, threatening for more. They have 2 on. Still just 1 out in the inning. Oh, check that. 2 outs in the inning as Taylor Guilbeau takes over. Got an out at home plate.
10th appearance of the season for Guilbeau. He's only thrown in 7 1/3 innings, has 5 strikeouts.
Guilbeau only faced 1 batter, and that was Yordan Alvarez, who he got in on and hit a soft line drive to third. In case you missed it earlier this inning, all the items for bidding are sold out tonight. We thank you very much for all those who made your bids and participated in tonight's charity. VIP bags, all Hall of Fame bags, and Cooperstown bags all selling out. Ground ball slowly hit right side. Shed Long comes in. Alvarez getting down the line, but he is retired for the final out of the inning. Guilbeau does his job, but the Astros lead 7-4 after 6. Our 2019 charity game benefiting the childhood cancer efforts of the Astros Foundation. Trey Thomas is a young fan who has become a special guest here at Houston Astros games, and our own Julia Morales caught up with Trey just a few minutes ago.
Yes, I am with Trey. Trey, you're excited. We're at an Astros game. You're a big Astros fan. Tell me who your favorite player is.
Jake Marisnik.
And why is it Jake Marisnik?
He hits a lot of home runs.
He plays some good defense, too. Turn around. I want to see the back of your shirt. Look at this. He has had his shirt to help kiddos who might be sick. Why is that important?
Well, if we don't help them, then who is?
Exactly. It's a great point. What is it like for you, though, when you're able to get out and just be a kid? Is that important for you?
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
That's good.
Martin Maldonado almost makes a phenomenal diving catch on a popped-up bun, and the fans appreciate the effort.
I do too. That was impressive. It's not easy to pop out from behind home plate and lay out going into the backstop for your pitcher. Had it in his glove too, but the extra effort, just off the thumb of the glove.
He wanted that so bad. Gotta love Martin. 3 hours into squatting behind home plate, and he is diving all over the place trying to make his play for Hector Rondon.
It's a good way of putting it in perspective. It's hard enough to get out of a squat and make a play like that, but after being down there for quite a while, that much tougher.
Rondon, the new pitcher in this 7-4 game.
You can see Hector's numbers on the season, a 3.67 ERA. Did a good job yesterday going in and giving the Astros a solid inning in that game yesterday, throwing 13 pitches.
Great job by Julia all night long, and it was cool for her to talk to Trey Thomas. What a great kid. Learn a little bit more about him on our recent Astros Bases Loaded show. You can check out. Over $500,000 raised tonight.
It's outstanding.
More than doubled last year's total. Comebacker. Rondon is there. Underhand flip. One away, getting Malik Smith. Last year, $250,000 raised for childhood cancer initiatives, and this year the goal was to double our impact, and we have more than doubled it. So thank you, Astros fans, and all those who contributed tonight. Big Love Cancer Care, Candlelighters, Childhood Cancer Family Alliance, Sunshine Kids, Periwinkle Foundation, Snowdrop Foundation. All those organizations will be benefactors thanks to your generosity tonight, and we thank you. Here's Austin Nola taking a pitch outside. Nola walked a couple of times when Framber Valdez was in there. Framber lasted 4 innings tonight. Picked up an inning's worth of work, and now Hector Rondon. Biagini, Smith, Rondon all pitching for the second consecutive time. After tonight, it'll be the combo of Justin Verlander and Garrett Cole for the Astros to finish off this 4-game series.
And it kind of makes you wonder how A.J. Hinch is going to use that bullpen tonight. Because is it a little more of a luxury to be able to have a guy like Rondon available for 1 inning? Knowing that the next 2 days you have Verlander and Cole going, guys who usually pitch deep into the ball game.
Good news with Ryan Presley before the game today. Threw off the mound, not all the way back on the rubber, about half mound. So getting his way back to health, probably at a faster clip than we even thought when he first went on the injured list. James can get rolling like they are the last few outings, and then you add in the Presleys and Asunas and Will Harrises of the world. Now all of a sudden you have a little thicker bullpen heading into the postseason. And Joe Smith, a veteran, has pitched plenty of postseasons in the past. Joe Biagini, Chris Davinsky. Astros usually, if form holds, will keep 7 bullpen arms for the ALDS and 8 for the ALCS. And last year they maneuvered a couple of guys around in that postseason. Hector Rondon was on the roster for the ALCS against the Red Sox, but he was not on the ALDS roster. Will Harris was on the ALDS roster against the Indians, but not on the ALCS roster against Boston. A lot of it's matchups as well, depending on who your opponent is. Right now, the Astros would be the 2 seed. If the season ended today, they would play the Minnesota Twins. Down and into Seager, and the count goes full. Oh, hit him. 2-2 pitch hits Seager. So a hit by pitch on the 2-2 pitch.
Yep. Looks like he got that back foot right on top of the shoe.
Oh, 2-out base runner. Tom Murphy due up, but Omar Narvaez will get a pinch hit appearance. He pinch hit in last night's game. Narvaez hit for Keon Broxton last night in the 10th inning. Now he can stay in the game as he hits for the DH. Last night he just was used as a pinch hitter and taken out. So Maldonado going over the scouting report against Narvaez here with 1 on and 2 outs in the 7th. That run goes back to July for Rondon. As he faces Narvaez here in this 3-run game. First 3-run lead for either side. The Mariners had a 2-run lead early. The Astros had a 2-run lead at 5-3. But now they've tacked on a couple of more in the last inning and lead at 7-4. Mariners have scored in 3 of the 6 half innings, and the Astros in 4 of the 6. As Rondon's ahead of Narvaez, 0-2. Narvaez has faced Rondon twice in his career. He has walked his first time, and he hit a home run his last time. Three hits tonight for Seattle. A single by Tom Murphy in the first, scored 2. An infield hit by Tim Lopes that was overturned on a close play at first. And the home run last inning by Daniel Vogelbach. Those are your 3 Mariners hits on the night. Astros have 7 runs on 7 hits. Mariners 4 runs on 3 hits. Count runs full on the pinch hitter Omar Narvaez. Daniel Vogelbach, who hit his 30th home run of the year, is on deck. Career against Hector Rondon, it was a grand slam. Service has the right guys up based on what they did in their last AB here against Hector. Bullpen action going for the Astros. Narvaez continues to battle Rondon. It's Will Harris warming up. That ball hit to left. Brantley moves to his right and makes the play. Line drive by Narvaez. He's retired for the final out of the inning. 7th inning stretch time at Minute Maid Park. Astros lead 7-4. At end of August of 2017. Pinch single, stole a base, and scored a run in the 17 World Series Game 2. Astros acquired him right at the trade deadline along with Justin Verlander at the August deadline of 2017, which no longer exists. On we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Astros leading 7-4.
'21 in 38 innings. Averages close to 95 miles an hour on his fastball. Has a changeup and a slider to back up that fastball.
Aledmys Diaz will bat for the first time. He came on as a pinch runner for Yuli Gurriel, who there's a strike. Both sides have thrown a lot of pitches the last 2 nights. Both pitching staffs threw over 200 pitches in the 13-inning game last night. .140 pitches from the Seattle staff coming into this inning. As Diaz has a 2-1 count. On the ground, backhanded by Seager. Makes the play to Vogelback in time to get Diaz, and there's one away in the 7th. There's Kyle Tucker looking for his first hit tonight. Had a 2-for-6 night last night with a home run and a couple of RBIs. Saved the game for the Astros in the 12th last night with that 2-strike, 2-out RBI single. Here in the 7th. Abraham Toro's been on base twice. He has walked and been hit by a pitch. He's also popped up. Extended bullpen for Scott Service, the manager of the Mariners. Like a lot of teams with rosters expand in September, they have a 12-man bullpen. Astros have a 10-man pen. You have a limit of how many players you're allowed to use on a given night.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. You know, it would force managers to maybe be a little more thoughtful about what they're doing with their roster instead of putting 15 guys in the bullpen and saying, well, I want to go with this matchup because this guy isn't working out as well as I thought.
Tucker trying to steal a base and foul ball by Toro.
Do it like the playoff scenario where you have like an active roster and then you pick the guys that you want to have in that series.
Yeah, I would. You know, very similar to the NHL where you have healthy scratches every night. Maybe say you're allowed 25 men. You know, and tonight is not the reason necessarily with multiple changes in the bullpen, but we see September games on average longer than any other games all year long because of all those extra choices and mid-inning pitching changes, as Will Harris looks like he might have the 8th.
Yeah, I'm with you. The mid-inning pitching change is probably what kills it the most. It's because you don't have to try and force that pitcher or make that pitcher earn his way through that inning. You can go out there and snatch him out of there and trade him out for another guy instantly.
Up and away to Toro, who's done a good job with the zone tonight. It's now 3-2. Brennan on as the 5th pitcher of the night for the Seattle Mariners. Kyle Tucker, who had 30 steals in a 30-30 season in the minor leagues, picks up a stolen base.
Well, with him getting on base, we're getting a chance to see a little more of the skill set from Kyle Tucker. You know, it's all cockalorum until you get here and actually get a chance to prove yourself at this big league level. Saw a great play with the legs out there in right field, showing some defense. Saw the power the other night. Now we get to see him stealing some bags.
Here's Martin Maldonado. Towards the middle, the shortstop Moore comes across and makes the play, and he'll retire Maldonado for the final out of the inning. 1 hit, a stolen base, 1 man left on base. We head to the 8th at 7-4.
Game. It's around Major League Baseball. Giancarlo Stanton hitting a simulated game. He's only played in 9 games in 2019. How about Colin Moran facing his older brother, Brian Moran, and he struck out. That was the first strikeout of the career for Brian Moran. Brother-on-brother crime. Ramon Laureano reinstated from the 10-day IL. And the Colorado Rockies having a tough been a while since we've seen Will. He's been doing a very good job and working hard, earning a couple of those days off, and A.J. Hinch avoiding him since the 2nd of September where he pitched in Milwaukee.
Will face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Daniel Vogelback, Tim Lopes, and Shed Long. Vogelback hit a home run into the Crawford boxes his last time up. Made it a 5-4 game. The Astros had a 5-3 lead going into that top half of the 6th inning. Daniel takes a strike. New center fielder for the Astros, Jake Marisnick in center. Moves Josh Reddick from center to right. Will strikes out Daniel Vogelback on a high fastball. That'll be one away in the 8th.
Working Vogelback up in the zone. Got the call up in the zone, kind of forcing Vogelback to expand a little bit and try and fight that pitch off at the upper portion of the zone. Unable to.
Tim Lopes has one of the 3 hits tonight for Seattle. Takes a strike. Lopes thought he had checked his swing. They appealed. Nick Marley said a swing. And at that point, Lopes was trying to hustle to get down to first, and it was a little too late.
Maldonado showing some bounce from behind home plate. With the hesitation of the hitter, it allows Maldonado to make a strong throw to get that out. Good job by Diaz setting up on the outside. A nice target. Stretching towards the throw.
There's a broken bat, base hit in between Altuve and Bregman. Shed Long on base for the first time. Breaks his bat but finds a hole in the shift, and he's a 2-out base runner. Jake Fraley will bat for the second time. Struck out as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning, stayed in the game. Will has been so instrumental in helping out with the Astros Foundation and became such a good friend of Cameron and took him all around the stadium and the clubhouse.
Form can have an impact on a lot of people outside the game, but Will Harris impacted by somebody off the field. It's beautiful.
Maldonado gets his second assist of the inning as he has to throw down to first on 2 of the 3 strikeouts.
Heavy stroke. Asked you which post All-Star break Astros game this year was the most exciting to watch. C. Justin Verlander's 3rd no-hitter, 68% of you. That was a runaway for Justin Verlander on that incredible night in Toronto, the 2nd no-hitter in that stadium for him. The previous one was in 2011 before the one we just witnessed on that last road trip. Pretty good games and a good vote.
They could have had 2 no-hitters to choose from post All-Star break. That doesn't happen often.
Not at all.
4-pitcher combined no-hitter. Happened first couple of days of August, and then Justin Verlander on September 1st. Here's Josh Reddick. Reddick 1 for 3. The one hit, a solo home run that gave the Astros a 4-3 lead that they have not relinquished. It's now 7-4. Josh hitting home run number 12 on the season in back-to-back games, hitting a home run after not hitting one for over a month. This one popped high in the air. Shallow center field. Jake Fraley comes in and he makes the play. Not the easiest route, one away.
It's almost as if he didn't want it. He was looking at the shortstop.
So back to the top of the order we go for Jose Altuve. Fans having a good time on this Friday night. Many of them have stuck around. 33,149 with fireworks to follow. Altuve's been on base 3 times.
Second hit on the night for Jose Altuve, pulling this one through that 5.5 hole.
Altuve with 2 runs tonight has tonight. He walked his first time up and scored a run and drove in a run with a single his last time up. It was a big hit. Astros had second and third, nobody out. Failed to get the runs home for a couple of batters, and then Brantley batting with first and third and 2 outs, singled into center. Altuve has to get back to first base, but Lopes makes a nice running play for the second out. Putting a bow on our 4th annual charity night, and we thank everybody who participated both in the stadium, at the phone banks, all the fans who contributed tonight. We raise over $500,000 to benefit the cancer efforts of the Astros Foundation.
I got this
Net proceeds will go to 5 organizations. That lady won a Yuli Gurriel signed jersey. Jose Altuve signed. By Whataburger, Kevin Eschenfelder and Mike Stanton will host as Alex Bregman stays hot. Woo! Josh Reddick does it again, back-to-back nights with a home run. We'll give you an update on Yuli Gurriel in the Astros clubhouse as Julian Morales gathers interviews, and you will hear A.J. Hinch's post-game press conference. Hopefully with some good news on Yuli, who left with discomfort in his hamstring as Roberto Osuna takes over.
58th appearance for Roberto Osuna, 31 saves in 37 opportunities. He has pitched in 57 innings. He's averaging 9.8 strikeouts per 9.
He'll face the top of the order for Seattle in this 3-run game. Dylan Moore 0 for 4. Reached on a fielder's choice and stole a base tonight. Astros, for the second straight night, giving up runs in the top half of the first inning and playing catch up. Tonight was only down 2. Last night they came from behind down 7. They've been scoring runs at home lately with their 7 runs tonight. It's actually their lowest total of runs scored in their last 6 home games. They have 60 runs now over the last 6 home games, including 11 last night. This ball in the right field, easy play for Josh Reddick. Dylan Moore retired for the first out of the 9th inning. We'll bring up Malik Smith. Malik's walked, stole a base, scored a run his first time up. He's 0 for 3 officially. And he's 0 for his last 12. When a starter does not go 5 innings with the lead, it's up to the scorer's discretion who might get the win out of the bullpen, as Bregman puts that one away. Retire Malik Smith for the second out. In this case, Austin Nola, one of the heroes last night for Seattle offensively, with 2 home runs and a double, is 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of walks. Osuna quickly ahead 0-2, and everybody on their feet. Astros post-game show. Thanks to everybody who contributed on this Astros charity night. Astros have won the first 2 games of this 4-game series, and they continue their incredible record against the AL West here at home. They are now 25-2. Back with more after this.